Alright, well, welcome back to another video. So today I'm doing a beginner type of video. Everything you need to know about OFM in 5 minutes. So first of all, OFM, what is that? Onlyfans managing. Pretty much it's where you work with creators and you take a percentage or you pay them a salary. You basically handle everything, they make the content. So first of all, getting a model. The three options really are outreach on Instagram. Instagram is the best option. A personal branded account. So, for example, my Instagram account, if you know what my Instagram is, it's PatrickXRM. Like a personal brand account is a good option. A fake model account, so you can basically just copy a different OF model and make an Instagram off of her. Sort of acting as if you're her to DM other girls, saying like, "Hey, have you ever worked in an agency or do you work in an agency? I think the agency I work with would be willing to help you out." Blah blah. There's obviously other options too, but these two are sort of the main ones I'd recommend to be doing. If you do it off like an agency account, chances are, you like OFM agencies don't really have the best reputation. There's obviously a lot of bad agencies out there. So if a girl sees like some random agency DM her, chances are she'll probably say no unless she doesn't know about it. Second option is ads. So obviously with ads, you know, it's basically using IG. You make a few posts, a few stories, and you just pay for ads on that. It's best to target like um, for example, Colombia, Argentina, stuff like that. If you want a higher rate, but if you're willing to spend more money to get like American or UK models, and do so. But places like Colombia and Argentina, you're gonna get a lot more replies. Third option is marketplaces. So marketplaces, it's sort of it's like it costs a lot, but you can choose what model you can get. They do this like they get the models through ads, right? So you're basically paying extra instead of doing ads yourself, but you can choose the model you want instead of paying for ads and just hoping for the best in a way. Now, onboarding, pretty much for onboarding, all you really need is to prepare the content, have everything prepared. Obviously, stuff like passport ID, to verify it's actually her, stuff like that, and even for your own safety, contract, all of that stuff. But the main thing really is the content, making sure you have the content you need for marketing, and that also comes with preparing yourself for marketing. So, um, you know, once you have the content you need, or you do research to find the content you need and then send it to her to recreate it, you then have to kind of pick what traffic sources you want to do. So the traffic sources that I recommend starting with is either going to be IG, Twitter/X, or Reddit or Threads. So these are all really easy options in my opinion. The main two that are the easiest is Reddit and X, but IG and Threads can be easy as well. Threads you can get results with quite quickly. Um, so literally within like the first week, sometimes if you not really lucky, but if you do it correctly, um, you can get results really fast, get subscribers really fast, and start making money. Whereas with like IG, for example, it can take a bit longer. With X, you can get traffic within literally the first like 48 hours because the way I do X, I made a video about it literally the other day. If you want to go check that out. But pretty much, we use a tool called XBot where it does a retweet for us automatically 24/7. So it's kind of traffic like not free traffic, but it's traffic without any work really being put in, barely, like literally 10 minutes a day. So it's very easy. Reddit, um, you know, if you do OFM already and you're watching this video, you probably know Reddit is not can be a bit difficult. But once you overcome the issues like getting banned a lot, stuff like that, which we have a method in the private group for this, it does become a lot easier to scale. And yeah, now the last thing they need to be worrying about is chatting. So the three options are either by yourself, a chatting agency, or training chatters. So obviously, if you do yourself, chatting is like a 24/7 thing. So if you don't do it 24/7, you're obviously gonna be missing out on quite a lot of money. So you shouldn't really do that unless like you really have no option or you're doing it temporarily. That's fine as a beginner. Chatting agency can be good if it's a good agency. I do have my own chatting agency, so if you guys are interested in that, make sure to DM me on Telegram. But even though I have my own chatting agency, I'm not gonna lie to people. The best option is obviously training your own chatters because then you can pay them like $3 an hour and a bit of bonuses. But obviously, training your own chatters as a beginner is not very simple. You're gonna need some guidance with that. Or what you can do is work with a chatting agency, learn from them, and then train your own chatters from them, sort of. And yeah, this is like the best option, training chatters. But a chatting agency, in my opinion, is a good option, at least temporarily or for a few months while you're working in traffic. But yeah, that's the 5 minutes done. I just sort of rushed through that, but like I said, it was sort of like a beginner friendly video, just sort of talking about the steps of OFM, how it works, the basic rundown. I do obviously have a lot of other videos that are a lot more in depth about all of these things like outreach. I even have a chat video. I've got traffic sources videos, all of that. So make sure you go check them out. If you do want to know a lot more about it, then make sure you go check them out. I do also have a private group which will be in the description, which that is obviously where I spill all the real source. But yeah, thanks for watching.